the things about being here at Bennett and being at a historically black college in particular is that you learn that your education is not primarily for yourself. And so when you come to these institutions, there's this rich legacy and history of being involved in the community.
This generation's community is a global community. They are expanding their foreparents' work and helping others around the world. Students at Bennett College in Greensboro, North Carolina, are making a difference in Africa.
Well, the Millennium Village Project with Bennett, UNC, and Duke is a collective effort to sponsor a Millennium Village in Moreno, Kenya. The statistics say that over 1 billion people live on less than $1 a day in our world, and so we're really trying to address this in a very comprehensive approach. This project allows us to reach beyond our borders, to reach beyond even our comfort zones in some instances, to reach out to the least of these in our world.
I've been afforded the opportunity to attend awesome workshops, studying abroad in Ghana, Africa, interacting with students, sisterhood, the bond that is here at Bennett College.
Bennett is a unique institution. It's one of only 2 colleges for women of color in the United States. What we do is we nurture young women. We take them where they are and move them to a higher level.
The students who walk the grounds of historically black institutions are the result of answered prayers, some that are a century and a half old, but those prayers continue to unfold new possibilities. The United Methodist Church's Black College Fund supports 11 universities that are committed to broadening students' minds and dreams.
We are the first line of defense. And that doesn't say that black students cannot compete with white students any more than it says that men and women cannot compete with each other. Because we're the first line that allows those people to blossom, those young people to blossom and to go forward.
I always questioned everything my mom had to say, and I always wanted to know why. Why does God feel this way? Why does God think this? And so naturally, coming to Claflin University, I felt that that would be the best field where I could put my mind to work. Actually, my parents chose Claflin first, of course, because there's no visitation here, so they were very excited about that. But I chose Claflin because I did get a full-ride scholarship here, and it is United Methodist based, and I wanted a very church-oriented college because I'm a very church-oriented person. I've done research at several institutions such as Princeton University, Stanford University, Emory University, and had it not been for Claflin, you know, and having that upbringing at this HBCU, I wouldn't have been ready or prepared to go to these different institutions.
Claflin University in Orangeburg, South Carolina, is able to compete on a national level because of a groundbreaking curriculum. The forensic science program has become known as the CSI program, the only one of its kind in the nation.
And what we do, we set up actually a crime scene, a murder. And we spend all day, FBI people come and spend all day and tell students what they're supposed to do, teach them what they're supposed to do. Most of the police department are inadequate in teaching forensic DNA work. It's very complicated work. You cannot just go to a police department and learn this. So we're hoping to have police department come here, and police department has come here to learn from us.
You see how it fluoresces?
At Claflin, undergraduate students don't have to wait to take part in advanced research. One of their studies is making major strides in the area of reproduction.
It can lead the way for possible treatment in the future for women who suffer continuously with miscarriages because they continually reject their unborn babies, and maybe this could be very groundbreaking in creating a possible treatment for that.
Work is also being done to uncover the link between African American men and prostate cancer.
One of our hypotheses is that African Americans downregulate their zinc absorption. Africa is a mineral-rich continent, and the American environment is not very friendly with respect to zinc concentrations in water and diet. And this could be a breakthrough for prevention in prostate cancer.
And we are not a big school, we're a very small school. You know, with grace of God, we have state-of-the-art technology, we have state-of-the-art teachers. So I will tell all the minority school, get on board, get on the wagon, because our people need that. We need to be the engine, not a caboose.
The Black College Fund is helping students change the world. This mission is embedded in the school's rich legacies, and it has been for generations.
I believe the Papa Long graduated in 1924. That's what I've been told. His name was William Boston Long. Our family has a legacy of education, and it was their belief that everyone should have the opportunity to attend college. And my grandfather was the first to finish Clark College, and everybody followed in his footsteps.
Nearly 30 of William Long's descendants have since graduated from Clark College, which is now Clark Atlanta University.
Before the early 60s, there were no other choices because there was no integration. And you see people sitting at this table that have integrated and caused a change in America in quite a lot of different levels. And we just didn't have an opportunity to go to the other types of schools.
This is Mother's actual diploma from Clark. And here's a report card. In 1946, 1947.
It's very interesting to hear about my family that went to Clark, and I think I would want to go to Clark when I grow up. Pretty much, yeah.
First time we heard that one.
Many African Americans embrace the tradition and unique experience that only a black college or university can offer.
They are getting premium private college liberal arts educations on par with Harvard, Yale, and the Ivy League schools. I knew my professors. They all knew their professors. We went to their homes. We shared our lives with our professors when we were at school.
Having that bond with students is what motivates Dr. Walter Kimbrough. Not only does he teach classes at Philander Smith College in Little Rock, he's also the president.
But that's a part of the HBCU experience. You should be able to have a class that's taught by the president, or go with him. I'm taking a group of students this week to hear Mary Frances Berry, who is a civil rights legend. We're going to hop in a van and drive. And my wife looks at me and says, college presidents don't do that kind of thing, but that's to me what it's about.
He also has another distinction.
The first college president from the hip-hop generation, and I embrace that.
Dr. Kimbrough started the school's Bless the Mic series, a fresh approach to a sometimes dreaded event.
And there are places that have the President's Lecture Series, and they bring in a well-renowned physicist who talks about Einstein, Newtonian physics. And nobody's coming to that. That's not fun at all, okay? So I wanted a series where I could mix in things, bring in people who could bring a scholarly perspective and do it in such a way that would be engaging. People that you'll see on CNN and C-SPAN and NBC, Today Show, they're on this campus.
Can we get Kirk Franklin?
Yeah, he's on the list.
It has definitely has impacted my life in many ways, just making me want to go out and do the same things one day and inspire someone to change something, whether it be feeding the homeless, whether it be fighting for women's rights or equal opportunity in any aspect.
Part of their education will be to really care about what's going on. It's not just to get a degree and go make some money.
Students at Meharry Medical College in Nashville understand that passion. Researchers are finding answers to the greatest social and health concern of our time.
The HIV/AIDS problem is a problem that affects people of color. Being at a medical school like Meharry, which has traditionally served the needs and the health of predominantly, African Americans, there is a sense of pride that we may be a part of the solution. A vaccine for HIV may be a long time coming. So the best alternative to a vaccine is something called a microbicide. And these are gels or creams that women would use to block vaginal transmission of the virus.
The hope for a cure is what drives the researchers, one in particular. He lost his mother-in-law to the disease.
I love science, I love the work I do, but having someone that's in my life, that's close to me, that's been impacted by the disease, just gives my work a lot more meaning.
The work that we're doing here is as cutting edge and top flight as work anywhere. When the story is told, we believe that it's going to be told at Meharry Medical College. A partial solution, at least a partial solution, was found for one of the most significant medical problems in the history of man, and that's not a bad thing.
This is but one of many stories unfolding at the universities supported by the United Methodist Church. Claflin student Daniel Howard shared his story on film.
My second film, Bullets in the Hood, a Bed-Stuy story, basically talked about, well, the character, Terrence, how he was dealing with gun violence in his neighborhood and how he dealt with the death of his friend, Timothy Stansberry.
It ain't like it's the first time, so you see how many men we lost already, son.
That shit was crazy, son, because I just heard a shot, son, just seeing blood, son. I ain't know who got shot, son.
Howard received a Sundance Film Festival award for his film. He was only 19.
Yeah, it was like making history. I mean, becoming, one of the youngest, well, the youngest Sundance Award winner. It was very special. It was definitely real. I mean, it was a real experience for me because it questioned my own mortality growing up in the ghetto. So it was really weird, but we decided to look at the greater good for doing our project and just pursue it. So we just ran with it.
The future holds great promise in the areas of entertainment, medicine, education, and social justice, among others. Several students have already taken this foundation to other corners of the world.
I'm a minor in Spanish, and so last semester I went to Granada, Spain for an entire semester, studied abroad. Professors didn't even speak English at all, nothing but Spanish. I was with a Spanish family. We lived in the residence there. It was really hard, but I enjoyed it, and their culture is amazing.
In 2005, I was privileged to go to the World Social Forum in Porto Alegre, Brazil. And for me, that was one of those life-changing experiences to be among about over 100,000 people from all over the world concerned about social justice and some of the issues that plague our world. And so I was involved in that through the United Methodist Church.
Whether you have a family that has a legacy or whether your challenge is to begin the legacy for your family, it's very important for you to choose a future that will be something that you can look back on and pass back to your children.
I want to see our students leave here and become this next wave of social justice advocates and activists, that in all these different fields, they go out there and they just really change this world for the better.